Hello, beautifuls. Happy Monday to you, or whenever time you are listening in. I'm trusting that all is well with you and everything is flowing with ease and grace for you. In my neck of the woods, it's a brand new week and it's a Monday. And I encourage many people, I encourage everybody to go meatless Monday. And so that's one of the things I'll be doing today, going meatless for the entire day. Well, that's for those of you who are not already strict vegetarians or vegans. Yeah, so it's always a delight, and we are continuing the series of Own Your Power. Yes, we're going to be focusing on two powerful things that really can help you to own your power, to zeroing and truly. And I know you know this already, but as long as you're on this earth and you're evolving, you will be continually having to deal with those things and continually having to apply it in your life. So here they are. I know for me with that particular, I always thought I was someone who would forgive. Yes. So if you were thinking about that word, it's forgiveness. And the other were powerful words, powerful actions, and can be very complicated at the same time, especially forgiveness. The next word has to do with showing concern for someone suffering or misfortune. And if you are guessing it's compassion, then you are correct. So we're going to be looking at these two words today. Forgiveness. And you know forgiveness is a complicated issue. If you've been around this earth long enough, you'll know it's complicated. And it doesn't mean that when you forgive, you forget. Yes? Oftentimes you hear people saying, well, I can forgive, but not forget. It's also important to note, and I'm going to stress this before I go any further, that if you forgive, you will spend less time thinking about the person or what they did to you. Yes? Because what it does is eliminate that stress on your life. So many people, I'm emphasizing this because many people talk about forgiving, but oftentimes you will hear them continually talking about the ill that person does. They say, oh, I forgive them, but they're still talking. And if you are consistently talking about that ill that person did you or the hurt that you experienced, you are blaming, but yet still you're uttering those words, I forgive, then I will ask you to check yourself again and ensure that you truly forgive. Also remember that forgiveness is not for that individual. It's not for them at all. I'm going to get pretty quiet and say it again. Forgiveness is not for the person. Forgiveness is for you. Yes? It's for you. It's about lightening your load and relieving your stress. Yes? And often when you forgive someone, as I mentioned before, you spend less time thinking about them. So you eliminate the stress from your life. Now, before we go on, I just want to introduce myself for those of you who may not know who I am, and I wanted to share a little bit. So I'm Rev.Joslyn, and of course if you're someone that's feeling out of balance or seeking deeper fulfillment and growth, you're not alone. I'm here to help you unleash your potential live your truth and speak your truth, and at the same time nurture your health, body, mind, and spirit. So, as mentioned, we're speaking about forgiveness. We said forgiveness is not for the individual, but it's mainly for you, so you can lighten your load. You want to release whatever grudge, because it affects your heart, it affects your soul, it eats away at your soul. So you don't want to be in that space where you are holding on to grudges or blaming or even shaming, or you feeling shame about it. One of the things I wanted to come back to in regards to owning your power, because there are times also where as an individual you don't have to forgive anybody. Who you need to forgive is yourself too, but there are a lot of times that as individuals we take on shame, we take on blame, we take on guilt for things that sometimes have absolutely nothing to do with us. And so you want to be in that space again where you can forgive yourself. Yes, it's important to do that. So sometimes it's not about anybody else, but it's about you forgiving yourself for the things that you think you may have not done right. Yes, lots of people may begin to talk about, I made this mistake, or I regret this, or I shouldn't have done this that way, and all those things. So when we're talking about forgiveness, yes, while you may have to forgive someone else, sometimes the first person you have to forgive is that person that is looking at you in the mirror. And who is that person? It's you. Yes. So that's one thing in relationship to forgiveness. Also, in terms of looking at the other word we said we're going to look at is compassion. And compassion, as I said, is concern for the suffering or misfortune of others. When you have compassion for others, it changes your heart and it brings power to you as you never had before. When we lose our power, it's almost like a heart goes right out with us. So the more compassion you build for others, the more space you have to own your power and to have power in your soul, of course. Okay, so this is something to think about. Think about where you have not have had compassion in the past, and what is that one thing that can help you contribute to regaining that compassion. Because of course, if you lose compassion, you're losing some of your power. The minute two things: if you cannot have compassion, you for others and for yourself, which is so important, and I'm coming to talk about self-compassion, then you are losing your power. So let's focus on self-compassion for a little bit. Many times again, when we talk about doing things, let's say you plan a goal, you plan some activities, but it did not go the way you think it should have gone. Lots of times we tend to beat up on ourselves. For example, I know many times as I was doing business and I started business, and the business, mind you, was doing pretty well, but I overextended myself sometimes in doing rentals that was way beyond the business ability to reach, and not having that firm grasp on business at the time. While the business was making money, I was blaming myself and shaming myself, thinking that business was failing, when the truth was that it was doing the best that it could have done, make money with whatever resources that I had invested in it. So when I realized that, because as I do my evaluation and I run through the accounts and I see, whoa, at that time, the business was indeed prospering. I was being contracted even more than what I had expected at the time. And another thing, again, for those of you who might be business owners, one of the things we tend to do, especially when we just love and we have a passion for what we are doing, we tend to have this expectation of that business, which is okay to have expectation. But with that expectation, we have limiting around belief around that expectation, and we also limit ourselves in how that business is supposed to prosper and bring in money. And for me, I remember at that particular time, I was thinking, because I had rented a space and was within that space, that every monies that came in must come in through that particular space. And so I felt at the time that that business was not making a profit as it should, which was so not true, because at that very same time I was contracted out to, at the time, of course, it was within the health and wellness arena, and at the time it was one of the popular hotels, still popular hotels around in our island, that contracted me, and every weekend I went down to do that particular service for them, and I got a tidy sum from that. But at the time, because I was so focused on not on bringing in that money in a particular way, I failed to see that, which was a huge thing, because the business just started. And for someone with that bit of exposure at the time, to get that type of job would have been a plus. But so then as I review and I saw that, and I said, but look at how much money you are carrying in. And you didn't have to go fight up to get that sale. And so I was laughing now. So, but at the time, I did a lot of things which would have also incurred some issues again financially for me. So I'm sharing this story to tell you then, in terms, for me, I had to, one, forgive myself for that, and two, I also had to show compassion to myself. So sometimes it's not about other people, sometimes it's about you. I just thought I'll share this story with you. So I'm going to end here, again urging you to go through. There is always homework. So there comes your homework. One of the things I want you to do is, first of all, ask yourself, who do you need to forgive and why? So whoever that person is, whether that person is you ask yourself the question, you'll find out that, and you'll know why. Take some time to do that. Now, and again, this is not surface level. I want you to dig deep. Yeah, so we're not talking about scratching the surface. Ask yourself if there are things that it keeps coming up and coming up for you over and over again, then it's highly likely that there is something or someone, whether that person is you or someone else, that you need to release. Yes, you want to, of course, keep your journal handy along with your positive affirmations and the I am statements. Remember, if you are following me before, we spoke about these from previous videos, and these videos they are on YouTube, so you can always go back and look at those videos. So when you're doing the forgiveness exercise, you want to ensure that you have your positive affirmation and your I am statement thereby, so you can affirm yourself of your worth and who you are, the truth about who you are. Remember, of course, forgiveness is not the easiest of things, and so you want these tools to be handy for you. Some of the action steps you want to take, of course, is to journal about your thoughts and compassion. I want to, before I move further, this thought just came to me in relationship to compassion. And this time it's not about yourself, but it's being able to hold space for individuals. A lot of times we may see, I think I put this video out on my timeline. You see people doing other things. You see people doing things that may appear not to be the right thing. But I don't know. That's why we say don't judge, because you don't know. Yes, and folks may tend to have a strong and negative opinion about it. And that's where compassion may come in, because you really don't know what are the underlying issues. So in about of having compassion, sometimes if you know that individual, you may try to have a conversation with that person. Yes, so you can better able to help or assist them, as the case may be. So I thought I'd share that. Also, be slow to have an opinion about other people and what's going on in their lives. Be slow to do that. Yeah? You have the right to have your opinion, but be slow to do it. You don't know what's going on. And that's one way of showing compassion. I've had situations where, for instance, I'm talking about sisters now, and sister may have been in a relationship, and you're looking on, and you, from the outside, seeing that that sister might be doing something pretty foolish. You may think, she need to release that need. I have one individual I was chatting to, a lady. She was married, and oftentimes within a marriage relationship, I know within my neck of the woods, some women, her spouse was being unfaithful at the time, and she had decided that one of her friends immediately wanted her to dissolve the relationship. And she was saying, but this is my partner. This is apart from the emotions that goes with it in regards to romantic love. And so this is someone I have contracted a lot of things, We have a contract. And within that contract, there is material wealth involved. So how do I, because of one unfaithful act, just up and dissolve that contract? So that's where compassion comes in at times, and forgiveness. Now, no one is asking you to ask an individual to make yourself a doormat for an individual, or to be constantly be treated with unfairness, because you want folks to face up to the things that they do and to take responsibility for it. But there are times where you have to forgive and also show compassion. So for those of you who are not in the situation, your business at the time is to show compassion, to be there to empathize. You may not understand everything, but to empathize with that individual and help them. If you're seeing things one way, help them to see things through your eyes too, and also try to look to see things through their eyes, because there you have a better insight, and you'll be able to add to, if the need be, because sometimes there is no need to give any advice. If the need be and you have to share your wisdom, then you will know from what angle to share that wisdom with, so it would be able to be profitable for the individual. So I just thought I'd share this, and continuing on with the homework. You want to meditate. If you're someone that meditates, or maybe you might say pray, you want to do that multiple times during this week. If you need to exercise forgiveness and compassion, so you want to meditate multiple times. Of course, again, with the journaling, you want to journal about how you can show compassion towards others. Yes, so take some time. Another thing you want to do, and remember, we culminating the month, so this is a perfect time to unplug from electricals for some time in the evening or on the weekend that are coming up. Yes, so you want to. These are some of the action steps I'm suggesting that you take. And as I said, the Own Your Personal Power is a series, and what we have done within these last days, it's 30 days, is we have just scratched the surface. So if you're someone that feel that there's a need for you to balance your system, you having issues with hypertension, you're having issues with feeling stuck at times, and you generally feel that you have lost your power, you have given away your power, you are not able to make decisions and to be decisive about making decisions, and you're constantly in loggerheads with others, then there's a possibility that you need to own your power. Maybe you're not in loggerheads, but you are one who constantly feel that you are taken advantage of, or you don't feel that you're worthy, or you feel other people is pushing you behind, or whatever that feeling, but it's not a great feeling. You probably feel that you're up for a job promotion, but that's not happening, and you're not seeing it happening, but you know, with the skills that you have and the type of work that you're doing, you should have been further advanced. Well, that's what you feel. Now, there might be, you probably might be someone who needs to step up and reclaim your power. So if that's something that you might be interested in, there is a coaching program that I have, which may be able to assist you on that journey. It's a self-paced program, and of course you will have me with you when you're ready to get some time in terms of helping you to work through those things. But you will have a whole host of things that can really help you to begin to dive deep and get healing, and to move you to your next level, or elevate you to that next level that you're looking for. So if that is something that you might be interested in, I'm going to leave a link in YouTube. That's for those of you who be looking, where you can tap into that and probably set up a discovery call, so we can begin to see what how you can help. Now, if you're someone who's saying, you know what, I want some help right away, well, I'm inviting you to join us for the New Moon Nourishment workshop that we're having. It's where when I say, you want to discover the transformative power of setting intention as we approach the end of this year and we prepare for a successful new beginning. Who has facilitated a number of personal growth journey and work with individuals on their abundance and spiritual pathways. So I can attest to the incredible results that come from aligning yourself with the energies of the moon. And in this case, we're talking the new moon, which is just a couple of days away. Yeah, so this workshop will provide you with powerful tools that you can have to help you achieve clarity, empowerment, and fulfillment, because it has done that for others already in various areas of their life. So here why this is crucial for you. Yes? The new moon, and if you've been following me, you would have heard me say that before, it symbolizes fresh start and new beginnings. It symbolizes fresh start, new beginning, making new intention, and it's about making the time ideal for you to reflect on your goals and your aspiration as we transition into the new year. So by participating in this session, you learn to harness the energies available at this time to create meaningful shifts in your career, in your finances, in your family life, and in your health. And of course, it will help you in engaging in intentional practice, which will set you on your path for success. Now, what I'm talking about here, again, is not about success that the world shares with you, although that can be part of it, but a success that is in alignment with who you are. Because many times, you already are walking that path of success, but you're not even aware of it, because you're reaching somewhere outside there, wherever there is, thinking that you're not being successful. But you want to, and that's why I'm having this new moon intention setting exercise, because you want to be in that space where you're not running and chasing stuff, but you're getting comfortable with who you are and whatever assignment or whatever you got to do in this season in your life. So I invite you to take that step with us. Our goal is a goal of gathering at least 10 individuals who are passionate about growth and transformation. And we are creating a supportive and impactful experience. So don't miss out on this opportunity to invest in yourself and to lay the groundwork for your best year in 2025. This is not any gimmick. So join us for this new moon exercise, and of course your energetic input, your financial input is only $7, and you will begin to see that value unfold in more ways than not. So again, if this is something you are interested in, you can simply put yes in the comments. As I said, this would be on YouTube. And if you're still hesitant, we have a number of challenges out. They're all free. Again, those links I'll put in the comment on YouTube. You also have the opportunity of having 2 weeks free of trying an amazing software, MetaBalance. MetaBalance is geared to help you with your stress management. It helps you with empowering yourself. It helps you with a number of things in regards to releasing your potential and nurturing your health. And so if this is something that you're interested in on that software, you can tap into. If you're someone who is experiencing pain, be it maybe through arthritis or maybe you're having headaches, that software will help you with that. If you're experiencing issues in terms of whatever, it's a life balancing stress management software. So whatever that ailment is, whatever it's bugging you at the time, you can get a program that you can tap into and it will help you one way or the other. You got nothing to lose. You can try it for 2 weeks for free, and then we'll discuss how you can move forward in regards to that. So if these are things that interest you, again, the link will be in the comment, and I'm looking forward to hear from you. I will be here again tomorrow. Today I was able to make it out for around 12, and hoping that I'll be back around that same time. Oh, tomorrow I wouldn't be back out at 12. I have a meeting at that time. So I may be out with you around 2 tomorrow. Or if I can make it for 10, I'll do it. And of course, you can pick up those videos at YouTube. Yes? So, bye for now. Much love to you. Wishing you a magnificent week. Yes, the week has started nicely. Right now, in my neck of the woods, there is a bit of rain pouring, but the sun is still shining. Back in my day, just a little funny thing. When rain was coming, as little children, rain was coming and the sun was still shining. We had the saying, what? Rain and sun jump be married. And I don't know if you know about that. But that used to be a fun little something for us. We'd be jumping up in the rain and saying, rain and sun jump be married. And rain and sun jump be married. And yeah, so you put what fun fact you know about rain and sun, or whatever fun fact, share with us. Let's make this, although meaningful, although informative, let's make it fun too. So God bless you. Looking forward to hear from you. Let's not make this a monologue. Let's make this a dialogue, and you can, of course, leave those comments. And don't forget, if you're on YouTube, you can like, comment, and share this video. Let's share things that are positive and can impact. A lot of times you see folks sharing things that does nothing for us as humans. Yes? But they still share it around. In fact, well, I shouldn't say it does nothing. What it does is pull us down as human beings. So let's share things that can help an individual in whatever stage or phase in their life to continue to evolve and to grow. So bye for now again. Much love. God bless you.